What's up guys, Swordsman here, and I'm bringing you some Battlefield 4 beta gameplay and commentary. This is some Obliteration game mode. It was released early this morning. Earlier today I was going to sit down and make a commentary that was going to express my thoughts on Battlefield 4 so far. And then just as I was setting up everything to do the commentary, I learned that Obliteration was available. So I'm like, well, I better put it off. Gonna go try it out. I hopped in here solo, completely by myself, no D crew members around, and this was my second or third, I think my third game that I played, and it went fairly well, I'd say. The team did well, I think I personally did well, and it was a pretty good time overall, but I do have some things I want to talk about when it comes to this game mode. My very initial impressions is that I don't think a lot of people are completely aware how this game mode works just yet, but it's only been on a few hours, and you can't really expect everybody to have watched as much Battlefield 4 footage as I have. Like they probably haven't watched as many videos that the average YouTube type person has watched. Like you guys watching watching the videos right now, like you guys are aware of how this works, but my team and the other enemy team probably had a lot of people that weren't so sure, and so it was kind of awkward for a while, but after a few rounds, it felt like the team started to get their shit together and figure out how this thing was going to play out. I wasn't planning on recording so early onto the play session because I didn't really expect too much. I was still trying to figure it out myself, see just how the kinks worked. But then when I picked up the bomb at the start of the video, I figured, fuck it, I'll just push it and see what happens. I will say I had a very good time. It reminds me back to one of the more enjoyable FPS experiences I've had before, and those of you that have been with me for a while or know me personally, I have very fond memories of the Capture the Flag game mode in Modern Warfare 2. I know, Call of Duty, MW2, that's a horrible game. You know, it is what it is, but I personally had a lot of fun being a flag runner, being a flag runner in MW2. I thought it was very challenging. I thought it was very exciting. I thought it was all about trying to outthink the opponents, and I think that could be a part of how this is going to function in Obliteration mode. When you have the bomb, the entire map knows where you are. The enemy knows where you are. Your teammates should know where you are. You are the top priority. You're the one that, on this server, at least 16 other people are trying to murder you. At least they should be. If they're ignoring you, fine, it makes your job easier. But then let's talk about the people that are ignoring things. The map here, I don't know if it'll be the same for all Obliteration gameplay. I think it was on Paracel Storm, so it could be a given. But there are deployment points that basically start you off as parachuting into the map. And at least on Siege of Shanghai, those parachutes can basically get you onto the rooftops easier. They don't gotta camp for a vehicle or try to get up there some other way. It's slightly frustrating to deal with, but overall, I mean, it just typically makes the player size a little bit smaller. If your team is up on the rooftops, you're probably not going to win. If the enemy team is up on the rooftops, they're probably just going to be a slight nuisance, and they're not going to win very often. So, typically, so far in the beta, I haven't gotten killed too often by rooftop campers. They'll usually nick my health down a little bit, but overall, it seems to be that they don't typically kill me, but it does weaken me for the other players. For my second bomb run, I planned on hopping in this tank, but it was full, and so I decided to just let it plow the road in front of me as I tried to use it for cover to get in behind it, and it was working fairly well. Slightly at a slower speed than I would have liked, but he was making sure I was keeping up, I think, or at least I would hope so. They are my squad mates. That was cool. I know none of those people. They all decided to, for the most part, work together, and it was a fairly enjoyable thing, which brings me to being slightly excited for how this could work as a rush replacement when it comes to my own playstyle from Bad Company 2. If you've been around the channel a while, you know that I loved Bad Company 2's Rush mode. And this was particularly when the D crew was on the Xbox. We had a lot of fun. We were very good at it. We were very fast-paced. We did not mess around. We liked going for the fastest wins instead of drawing it out for whatever we wanted for skill padding or stat padding. We just had our most fun when we were on offense, and we were just blowing through crate stations after crate station for a fast win. So I think this could be a nice replacement for us, personally. If we can get together, get a squad of 5, maybe 2 squads of 3, something like that going, I think we could potentially have a lot of fun. If not, well, there's hopefully Conquest still for us that seems okay. And I would love it if Rush was more balanced this time around. It never quite felt quite right on Battlefield 3, at least not to me. It always seems slightly off. And look, I get killed by a rooftop camper. It's okay, there's 3 of them up there. They can't plant a bomb or defuse a bomb from up there, so I'm okay with that, I guess. If the D crew can get their shit together and play some Obliteration, I think this could replace the fast-paced game mode of objectives for us that we used to have on Xbox Rush. So that could be cool. Definitely looking forward to it. The game length seems to be pretty good. This one lasted 15 total minutes. I think I recorded it for 10 minutes based on when I picked up the bomb for the first time. So for me personally, whenever I play an FPS, I like the matches to last anywhere between 8 to 15 minutes. Anything longer than that, and I sort of get bored. Not necessarily bored, but it just feels like it feels overly drawn out, and a lot of times needlessly so, because you don't so often get those games that come down to the very wire. You get those games that are usually decided in the first half of the game, and there's just no coming back from the enemy team. But every now and then you do get those nail biters, which are very exciting. So if that's the one that's going like 15, 20 minutes, so be it. But for me personally, those 30 to 40 minute rounds of Conquest, I just get bored about halfway through. So those high ticket counts just aren't typically for me. So, you know, but this game mode, it has potential. I'm not sold on it on this map. I think it's not highly demonstrated on this particular footage, but those bridges tend to be choke points with lots of explosive spam and vehicles coming in at them. Poor driver got this thing stuck. I thought we were going to cruise to the 3rd MCOM with no problem, but was not meant to be. I did already blow up 2 of the MCOMs so far. There is a 3rd one remaining. As soon as your team blows up all 3, you win. As you can see, the enemy did blow up one of ours before I started to record. So it is 2-1 right now. And we are making our push down towards that last MCOM. I think utilizing the undersides of these bridges will be the most important part, but it'll be tricky to see what happens when the enemy team maybe starts putting a higher priority on defending the underside. I don't know. I don't know. It could be interesting. It might not be. You're typically safer from the rooftop people when you're down there, so it could be good. It definitely could be good. Here's another period where I do get to pick up the bomb and I'm running with it, and it just brings me right back to the MW2 CTF days when I was just having a blast playing the flag runner role and just capping flag after flag on people and just going all out. It was a lot of fun. I almost turned that corner, and if I would have turned that corner, I would have been home free. That guy did land a nice shot. I was already wounded, so props to him, I suppose, but he can't pick up the bomb, he can't go cap it, so doesn't really matter. Squad mate picks up the bomb, we're on the roll here, and towards the end here, you're going to see one of the frustrating bits. As far as I know, there is not a way to force the bomb away from a teammate, and we could have ended this a couple minutes sooner, but I don't know if the teammate or squad mate even didn't know what to do with the bomb. I didn't know if he was aware that he had the bomb. Maybe he didn't notice. Maybe the flashing red light just didn't mean anything to him. I don't know. But he kind of dicked around for a little too long, and he just didn't cap it and end it like we should have. But it didn't end up costing us anything. We were okay. We did continue on, and it was okay. Like, no big deal in the end. Wow. Talk much? Apparently not. For some general Battlefield 4 thoughts, I have been enjoying it. I have enjoyed it enough to pre-order the game. I definitely wanted to come in and try the beta and the demo and see what it was like before I would commit my money to it, and I have now committed my money to it. And I'm in. I will see how it goes. A bunch of the D crew are skeptical. I'll leave them to share why or whatnot later. I don't want to call anybody out, you know. But so far, at least, me, Stone, and Hobo are in. I assume Colin's going to buy it, but whether or not he can actually play it anytime soon, well, that's the question. But so that is 4 of us that'll be playing. Hopefully we can get a couple others. I'm not sure about Impact yet, but he is still stuck on the Xbox 360, no PC capabilities. But yeah, I should hopefully do another video talking much more in depth about the pros and cons of Battlefield 4 as I see them through my eyes. And maybe you guys will like that, maybe you won't, maybe you'll agree, maybe you'll disagree, maybe we can have a fun conversation in the comments. Let me know what you think of Obliteration, guys. That's it for me. I will check you guys later. Bye!